Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
It is time once again to begin our journey into a world not of sight and sound, but of taste and smell.
Wow.
We're entering into
The Twilight Zone. No.
the What's on Tap zone.
The What's on Tap Zone.
I don't know. I feel like mixing up a little bit there.
I enjoyed the Futurama spoof of that. You are now entering the spooky door. The scary door.
And to be fair, we have two scary beers today.
I'm not so scared. The first one isn't the beer, right? It's a cider.
Well, I mean, you could argue maybe neither one of these are beers.
Boo! we'll take these drinks one at a time.
Yes.
First one is a can from your fridge.
It is. Yeah. It is from Frukstereo. They are a local Malmo-ish. What?
They used to start outside of Malmo. But then they combined their forces with, I think, Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
But
honestly, I thought they were an offshoot of Rocket. I don't know. I didn't know that
they didn't start like that.
Well, they're based in Nubgaten, Fem. I'm not sure where Nubgaten is. But they has a Malmo address on the label, and we have a sparkling cider made from 80% apples, Cox orange pippin, aroma. Jesus, it's the light. We're going to increase the light in the room here. Bill de Boskoop and Gloucester, and Trimson pears. Clarifis and Conference.
Cox is a classic apple. I love Cox.
I'm not surprised. We've always known that about you.
Yeah.
Something about...
This is the best intro of any drink we've ever had.
So they got them from the right side of the Baltic Sea on the east coast of Skåne in the Verkion Nature Reserve. Freestanding apple trees first planted in the 1940s.
Did you just say the right side of the Baltic Sea?
That is exactly what it says.
As in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania would be the wrong side of the Baltic Sea?
No. I don't know. The right side of the Baltic Sea on the east coast of Skåne. I don't know.
The east coast of Skåne is the left side of the Baltic Sea.
But it's the right side of the Baltic Sea. You really got to get your terminology down.
Racism. It's the best.
The apples are partially skin macerated for 3 weeks, fermented with indigenous yeast, inspired by Basque cider. Served chilled but not too cold. Which I think we have here is chilled but not too cold.
I think it's chilled but not too cold.
And they are guaranteeing refreshing. So I think we have to dive into this.
It smells very fruity and slightly acidic, which is nice.
It smells a little funky, almost like a wild ale kind of apple cider fermentation.
It smells a little bit like Calvados, which makes sense because that's apples.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
Cheers. More acidic than I expected.
It's incredibly acidic. Almost kind of takes your breath away a little bit because it kind of catches you off guard. It's not sweet. It's extremely dry finish. This is almost like a French cider in that way that just kind of has a nice sweet, like very appley up front, and then just a super dry finish. We don't do a lot of ciders on the show, which will probably change going forward because I feel like that's an underrepresented area. We have a lot of ciders here, and not just garbage like mass-produced trash ciders, but actually pretty well thought out like craft ciders. So I think we'll definitely be trying more of those in the future.
But even old British culture has some really good ciders. The sweetened mess that is like Swedish Kopparbergs cider has kind of made it into British culture now. Everyone's drinking these garbage mass-produced drinks.
The Kopparberg cider is everywhere. Like you go to a tourist hotspot, and not like a ghetto tourist hotspot. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's something where you're just like the masses go and they dump in, and it's just for pure tourism's sake, and it has no other redeeming qualities. Right. It's not like you go to Paris and you're going to find Kopparberg everywhere. Yeah. We're talking like the Gran Canaria Islands, kind of those places. That's just synonymous with with those kind of places.
Yeah, but Kopparbergs cider is
worst.
Garbage.
It is the worst.
One of Sweden's worst exports.
But also probably one of the largest liquor exports. It's probably Absolute Vodka and then Kopparbergs. And it may be, it probably swaps whichever one gets the most export.
Yeah.
I had a point with this one. I don't remember what it was. Let me take another sip.
But this cider is pretty good.
You know what? I know it was. It almost falls into a nail varnishy kind of flavor profile, like you get with a Flemish red ale.
Yeah, it does have some similarities, to be honest.
Because when I take it, when I first sip it, I'm like, ooh, there's a lot of nail varnishy flavors on the front end. But then it ends with a really dry, really appley kind of presence, which is super nice. I think this is, despite the can, which looks like the most cartoon, like meant to appeal to children. It's like, hey kids, if you're 18, this is the beer you want to drink. And I think if 18-year-olds got their hands on a can of this, they would be like, this is trash. I don't like ciders.
Yeah.
But I think this is really well done. I think there's a lot of complexity going on here, and they've created something really, really nice. So I'm going to give this a 4.
Yeah, a 3.75 for me.
Yeah,
it's nice.
It's really well done, and surprisingly more complex and interesting than like I was expecting. Just to open this and just kind of chug it because it's going to be just like a garbage sweet cider, but they've really managed to bring out some complexity and some different notes to it. It was really surprising.
It's a strong 3.75.
Yeah. All right. So what did you bring today?
The second one is a big bottle of Czech sour ale from brewery Metaphore. The beer is named Qvevri, and it is so. This beer explores the dialectics of aging beers in Georgian Qvevri, I think that's wine, and is driven by a romantic vision of making rustic beers with the unique energy of these ancient vessels. Now, Qvevris are huge, handmade earthenware vessels that were traditionally used in Georgia to make and age wine.
So more like more of like a mason jar.
I think so.
Situation, yeah.
This beer consists of a blend of spontaneously fermented beers aged for 1 year in Qvevri, buried in the ground with organic Riesling grapes, and a further year refining in oak barrels. It's a grape sour ale aged in weird Georgian mason vessels under the ground,
But it smells very lambic, very wildale, spontaneous fermented kind of beer.
It really does. So Metaphor for me, I only know them through MBCC, the Mikkeller Beer Copenhagen Celebration Festival, where I've tried a number of their beers. And then this one, like about a year ago, I won a big razzle where I was going to be given beers from Finnish guy Rico Lansman, who was emptying out his cellar. And a year later, I have gotten, through much cajoling, convincing, and nagging,
finally comes out.
Gotten about a sixth of that razzle, because it was just a scam. He never intended to send anything. He only sent small boxes when really pressured. And this was the second box and last box out of, I think...
You think it's the last? You think he's going to say any more?
He hasn't said that. He said, I mean, he has had so many excuses. I think I think 10 of his grandmas have died.
It's a lot of grandmas.
Yeah.
He must have really early classes in college because so many grandmas are dying.
I think he's broken 5 legs or something. No, it's been one broken leg, one broken rib, one dead whatever. It's always something.
Lost 3 children to plague. I mean, it happens.
This was after the beer group sent basically 4,000 euros to him for the razzle.
Right. So the original razzle was he was going to give away 60 bottles total.
The razzle was he was going to finish out his cellar, 60 to 70 bottles of really rare beer, and he wrote fire emojis, a number of bourbons, plus 12 bottles of Cantillon. What's the one that's released in Finland?
I don't remember that.
Sea buckthorn or something like that. Tuny lambic.
Yeah,
it's called. And I think that was it. So about 60 to 80 bottles.
Right.
And I got 18.
18. And none of the Tumbalambic, right?
No, not a single one.
Wow. You thought he would have just thrown one of those for fun.
Nope.
Nope.
No, he probably didn't have any of them.
It's very possible.
He kept complaining, I don't have any boxes to ship in. And then don't put out. Well,
the funny thing was he sent you a photo of him buying, in a store buying
one
box.
One box.
One box.
When he's 6 boxes behind.
Right. You know how hard it is to buy a box in a store? They don't sell them in individual boxes. Right. They sell them in sets of 6 to 8 to 10, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
So you really have to go out of your way to buy a box.
Yes.
Wow. What a total piece of garbage.
Right. So the last box I got contained 6 beers. I have tried all of them before. This is one of them, but I realized you have not tried this. So
I have not tried. I may have tried some from Metaphore, but I cannot say for sure because I have not checked on this. But I'm super excited to try any kind of wild ale lambics from anywhere in the world. So, and this smells really, really good.
I don't think it qualifies as a lambic.
Probably, you can't be a lambic, of course. It has to be a wild ale.
Yeah, wild ale other.
Right, because only lambics can come from Belgium. That's the only lambic producing part of the world.
Exactly.
Everything else is a wild ale.
Yeah.
But we all know it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cheers.
Let's try it. Cheers.
Oh, there's a lot of pepper notes, like black pepper, like green bell pepper.
Yeah, green bell pepper.
Yeah, and that.
I get more black pepper.
I get some black pepper, I get green bell pepper, a lot of lemon. Again, really dry finish.
Yeah.
It's like shockingly dry.
We picked two drinks with a dry finish.
Very much so. A lot of lemon. It's almost like lemon and black pepper.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I do enjoy that this is from a Czech producer. We don't get that much Czech craft beer. It's a country so heavily burdened by the weight of pils.
Yeah. There used to be, maybe they're still around, I didn't remember, but there used to be this Czech company that would release, Czech brewery that released these wild ales that their logos are always black with kind of really bright kind of colored pencil marks almost.
What?
I'll have to look them up. But they were around for a few years. Maybe they're not around anymore. But they were really, really good. They produced some amazing
but they need sours. Were they released in Sweden at Systembolaget, or did you get them through
they were. I think there actually were a couple of Systembolaget releases, but I know I tried them in Germany. But they also were out at some of the bars. I know that Bischofsberg's Gustav Torg had some as well.
Huh. This I don't remember at all.
Yeah. When you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, them, because I know you've tried them before. But for the life of me, it's been like at least 3 years probably since I tried one of their beers, and they were doing really, really good stuff.
I'm searching here now for. Okay, so to be fair, there is one Czech craft beer called Rodinný pivovar Zichovek.
That wasn't them.
And they've put out a lot of IPAs and stuff. And when we were at Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival,
it's Wild Creatures.
Wild Creatures. But when you and I was at Malmö Beer and Whiskey last time, we met an importer who imported that particular brewery, Zichovek.
Yeah, no, it was Wild Creatures. Wild Creatures used to they were really popular for a little while. I mean, as far as popular as they were exporting quite a bit for a little while, and then they just kind of quit. But I remember of the 5 or 6 beers that I tried from them, they were all really, really good.
Yeah,
and I quite enjoyed quite a bit of their stuff. So I don't know if they're still around or not, but
I haven't thought about them for a while.
I know, right?
But I've tried multiple of them.
Yeah, but so for Metaphore, you've tried quite a few of these before, right? Yeah. How do you think it stacks up?
There are worse, there are better. I'm giving this a 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's about where it is, I think. It is too dry. I would want more. I'm starting to get the green bell peppers that you mentioned, and that's not good in a sour. I don't want that.
And for me, it can almost be like a bergamot lemon. Like it's a really strong lemon peel kind of flavor to it. I quite like this. I think this is a 4.25 for me. I'm super excited to try this. I think if you were to try this like in a bottle share or with a bunch of other beers, this would get a really low rating.
Yeah, because it compares not so well with...
Well, I think it would get swallowed up by other stuff.
Yeah.
But I think when you try it on its own, you really get the experience here. And I feel like if you were to have this with a meal or, just to enjoy on a sunny evening, you would be very happy with this. But to try to compare it to other beers, I don't think it would be as...
So what do you give it?
I give it 4.25 still.
A 4.25, yeah? Because I just checked, and in the middle of MBCC madness, I gave this one a 4 back then. I promise I hadn't checked that rating when I came here with it today, and also give it a 4. So, in some way it holds up. So even in the middle of anarchy in a beer festival, I kind of give it the same, but maybe it's a strong 4. There's more in this bottle that we'll go through.
I mean, 100% I can see a 4. I mean, just on a quick chance, you try it, you move on to something else. 4 is definitely where it's. I think it sits. But I kind of think it's an easy drinking. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got a lot of interesting notes to it.
I'm happy. I'm happy you liked it.
Yeah, me too.
That's good. I was right in bringing it. So I have 3 more bottles from Metaphore that I've tried all of them, but you and our other Malmö friends might not have. So we'll drink them. You know
what I figure? Something like this, even if they've tried it before, how often are they gonna try it again?
That is true.
It's still a good beer to try and bring out and share with people. So. It's not like something you can buy at System Blog at any time of the week.
No, it's not.
But also, really dry.
Yes,
which really makes you feel all of the sour notes within the beer.
Now going back to the Frukstereo cider, it tastes more like apples and pears than it did before, because I have something to compare it with. But man, is it acetone, like nail polish?
A lot of acetone there, and which kind of I like. That's what excites me about it.
Yeah,
is the acetone nature.
Maybe I need to reconsider my rating and increase it slightly. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah, because you don't find acetone and this is a weird thing to say, you don't expect nail polish remover as a benefit to a beer.
No.
But in certain styles, like ciders, the acetone nature, Flemish red ales, really enhance the overall flavor of the beer itself.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good thing. So we'll wrap it 20 minutes. Didn't expect this to go this long.
Wow.
So we'll wrap it up here. You can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you find podcasts, you'll find What's on Tap. So until next time,
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.